Michigan State Spartans cornerback Justin Layne, 2, prevents a touchdown catch to Ohio State Buckeyes wide receiver Terry McLaurin, 83, in the second quarter, Saturday, November 10, 2018. Marvin Fong, the Plain Dealer, 2018 recap. Scott started all 12 games in which he appeared in 2017, a record for a true freshman position player during Dantonio's tenure. However, he suffered a torn meniscus in his left knee early in fall camp last year. After missing the first 8 games, Scott returned for a November 3 win against Maryland. A new NCAA rule allows players who appear in 4 games or fewer to take a red shirt, and Scott initially planned on doing so. That would have meant sitting out one more game down the stretch, but he never did while closing his sophomore season with back-to-back impressive performances. The most likely game to sit out was the regular season finale against Rutgers, which brought a 10-game losing streak to East Lansing. Scott decided to play for the seniors and had a pair of interceptions, the second of which came with Rutgers driving for a potential go-ahead touchdown late in the fourth quarter to help seal a 14-10 win for the Spartans. Layne skipped the Redbox Bowl after declaring for the draft, and Scott matched up against Oregon's number 1 receiver Dillon Mitchell. Recorded a career-high 4 pass breakups and 3 tackles and was named the game's defensive MVP in the 7-6 loss to the Ducks. With Scott sidelined for the first 2 months of the season, Layne was Michigan State's top corner most of the year and had the best season of his career while also playing some receiver. He posted a career-high 72 tackles, including 2.5 for a loss, 1 interception and 15 pass breakups, which tied for 9th in the nation, and was named a second-team All-Big Ten selection. Scott's absence for 8 games created an opening for the starting cornerback opposite Layne. Redshirt junior Josh Butler made 5 starts in 6 games and missed 7 games due to undisclosed injuries before returning for the Redbox Bowl. He finished with 10 tackles and 3 pass breakups last year. Sophomore Trey Person made 4 starts in 10 games and had 18 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble and 2 pass breakups. Redshirt freshman Shakur Brown appeared in 12 games and had 6 tackles along with an interception return for a touchdown in a win at Indiana. Michigan State was no. 1 in the nation in rushing defense at just 77.9 yards per game allowed, and with teams struggling to move the ball on the ground, some focused primarily on passing. The Spartans finished 62nd in the country in passing yards allowed per game at 225.2. That was after giving up an average of 305.2 through the first 5 games, and with new leadership in first-year secondary coach Paul Haynes, along with Don Treadwell, who was an assistant defensive backs coach last season. That followed secondary coach and co-defensive coordinator Harlan Barnett's departure for Florida State after the 2017 season. The Spartans faced 477 pass attempts, the 10th most in the nation, and Notre Dame was the only team to see more and allow fewer passing yards per game. Michigan State also finished 20th in passing efficiency defense and allowed 14 touchdowns to go with 14 interceptions while allowing an average of 6.1 yards per attempt. Our primary pass defense goal from week to week is under 5 yards per attempt, Michigan State defensive coordinator Mike Tressel said. We're looking at limiting explosives and how many yards they get. You can't really weigh that. If they pass it 60 times versus they pass it 15 times. And I think if you look at the numbers at the end of the year and say how many yards did they allow per attempt, how many explosive passes did they allow, those numbers were pretty low. I thought we did get better and better and better, and the guys got used to Coach Haynes and Coach Treadwell. Those are really good coaches, but they had been with Coach Barnett for a long time, so there's a little bit of an adjustment there. We were pleased. I thought we did a good job, especially limiting explosives.